Hello, everyone. I'm Brandy. I'm 100 Proof Quilter, and this is my quilting corner. How is everybody doing? How's everyone out there doing? Today we're going to work on the Hubs quilt, and we're just going to do a little bit of applique. But first, we're going to go over my completed projects. Yes, I actually got some done today, or this week. Ooh. Hi, Robin. How are you? So we finally finished this. I did I just did some echo quilting. And then we set up the back so that I could put a dowel rod in to hang it up. You can see my quilting on the back. Just echo quilting. I wanted it to kind of pop. So that's why I did the echo quilting, and I did a high loft batting. So we got that done. And then our most recent, thank you. My most recent project is a by Annie pattern. It's called the Drop Zone. I had some, I'm making them for my husband, but I made one to test out how well I could do the pattern. And I made some mistakes by the zipper, but it opens like this. I haven't done the hand stitching. There's some hand stitching to put in these little catch things, but it's meant to catch everything. Just throw it in there. So it didn't turn out too bad. Like I said, I had some issues with the zipper, but I watched some YouTube and figured out what I did wrong. And so I'm currently in the process of cutting out everything for his. So all in all, it didn't turn out too bad. I'm not unhappy with it, and it's good for just me. Here is his. His is a directional print. So right down the center here divides it so that when it folds up, you'll get the trucks on both sides of it. And then the inside, I wasn't too worried about the inside being, it's also directional. And apparently my hair is falling out. It is also directional, so, but I wasn't too worried about the inside of that. And then here are his side panels. So I just need to finish that up and attach the zipper, and that will be done. So that's it for the past projects that I actually got completed. Ooh, I am having trouble talking today. Okay, so today we're going to work on some of the applique pieces for the quilt behind me. And so a while back when I started this, I put some washi tape on my ruler so I would remember the distance for each of the, there are 2 trees and an animal in the main block. So 2 trees and an animal. And so I took my ruler and put the washi tape on there so that I knew from the bottom here, that's where the tree goes. And then that's where the feet go for the bottom of the, and then for the last one, oh, this one's a little off. For the last one, that's where the bottom of that tree goes, just to keep me on track and to keep them all even. We're not going to try and put that back up right now. So I like these prints with the orange up in the corner because it kind of reminds me of the sun. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3 moose and 3 bear, so it doesn't really matter what we do. Okay. Get a couple trees and a moose out. And I got some project boxes recently so that I could keep all so I can keep all his quilt stuff in a container. He picked all the fabric, the design, the blocks, the applique pieces. That is totally his design. We even, so these blocks are called cross canoe blocks. And then, why is my camera not working? There we go. I thought I set it so that it didn't fade out, but maybe I didn't. So this is the cross canoes block, and then I embroidered the reticle in the center of them. Still his design. So these are AccuQuilt bob dies, block on board. This one is, and then these are also AccuQuilt, the applique pieces, and there are the deer silhouette, the bear, the moose, and the trees. The bear, the moose, and the trees all came on one, and then the deer is on a different one, and then the bear paw. Hi, Nancy. How are you? The bear paw for this came from my cube set, my 12-inch cube set, because these are all 9.5-inch blocks. Yeah, 9.5-inch blocks. Hi, Katie. So it all works out in the end, but it's a complete AccuQuilt quilt. The only thing that might not get cut for AccuQuilt is there is going to be a sashing, and I believe we're going with a 3-inch sashing. If we go with a 2.5, I have that one. If we go with a 3-inch sashing, I do not. So we will just have to see. We need to make sure we stay at least 1/4 inch away from all sides. So that we don't get nothing caught in there. And then I just went and moved this and didn't mark anything for where it needed to be. Let's try that again, folks. Let's see here. I cut out all the applique pieces a while back, and I should have exactly the amount I need. And I still have 25, 30 blocks to do. It's going to be a very big quilt. Okay. Ooh. We're just going to put a little bit. We're not going to iron on this. We're just going to stick them so that they stick. And then we can move them over. That way we don't lose our place. Over here, iron those down. Okay. So there's the one. Oops. I got to fix my screen timers. Got to fix them. I thought I fixed this one, but I don't think I must not have. Ooh, that's not what we wanted. Oh, goodness. We're not adding anything. Ooh, we are just having all kinds of issues today. Good grief. Let's see if we can get back on there. The joys of using your cell phone to be your other camera. There I am. Well, maybe not. We're just having all kinds of issues today. Oh, look. There's the camera. If you're going to have issues, you're going to have issues while you're on. That's what's going to happen. Somehow I changed our layout. Goodness. There you guys are. There we go. I fat fingered something. Let's try that again. All right. The learning curve for everybody. Hi, Karen. How are you? We are working on the husband's quilt after we quit having technical difficulties with our cameras because I pushed a button I shouldn't have. So we got the boost here done, and we'll blanket stitch it in a minute. Goodness, I am just having a day. Let's get us a bear, and we need a couple trees. Teach me to touch the screen. Thought I was keeping it from going into sleep mode. That is not what it did. So what projects is everybody working on? As you can tell, I'm still in my little corner here, but we are making progress. Soon we will be at our new desk. All right, measure our little bear here, and there we go. Cutting scraps. I got containers to organize my scraps, but don't ask me if I've done any of that yet. I still have all mine in bags. Now I got to remeasure that. I'm working on an applique quilt by the Jelly Roll Club. Oh, awesome. Okay. So my new little handy dandy scissors came in today. When I was cutting around the zipper of this, I realized I didn't have any small sharp scissors to get around. You have to cut around the inside of the zipper on this. And I realized I didn't have any small sharp scissors that could do that. So these came in the mail today. They are Karen K. Buckley's. Very nice, very sharp. I should not have a problem at all. Aren't they pretty? And they're my color too. Very sharp, and so I shouldn't have a single problem cutting around the zipper now, or the excess soft and stable and all that to get into the zipper area. I think that was the other problem I had with this, is it's kind of, you can kind of see where I didn't get all of the fabric out from behind the zipper. You can see where I've got bumps and stuff from where I didn't quite get it all cut out. So I think those will help, because these are what I was trying to use. Yeah, sometimes it's important to have the right tools. Really important. Okay, we need to change our foot. There it is. I have a little tray with all my feet in it. My little magnetic tray so they don't fall out if I knock it over, because I'm clumsy like that. Okay, we need to change our stitch. On my machine, my blanket stitch is 49, and I have a Pfaff Quilt Ambition 630. Let me see if I can, let's try not to mess anything up. But let's bring it down so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Well, a little bit more. There we go. All right. Let's get some light on here. All right. We're gonna, I know it looks like I got it upside down because I'd like to start on the straighter part of this versus the round part, because I have a heavy foot and I will drive too fast around the corners if I don't turn my machine down. This is why I don't drive a fast car. I would not have a license. So and then most of these AccuQuilt applique pieces, they're dies that have applique, you also come with embroidery files. However, my machine only does a 4x6, and these won't fit in there. So it is blanket stitch myself to get them done, which is better than my first applique quilt, because I blanket stitched all of the bee wings by hand. Yeah, some of them bee wings are a little crooked, but that's what it's like in nature, so we're gonna go with it. Okay, so now I'm going around getting ready to go around his ears. So we're gonna go real slow. So that we don't mess anything up. Okay. All right. We've got a little tiny wonky around his ear, but I think it'll be okay. Now we're going around the front of his face. I would think that was his eyeball, but they don't have eyeballs. They're just silhouettes. So we're going down around his little nose. And we gotta flip him again. I do not have a hover foot on this machine. My travel machine has a hover foot, but this one does not. But it's okay. Now he's got a little bit of an open mouth here, so we gotta be a little bit. Not looking for perfection, but I wanted to be on the line there. Okay, so we're heading down his first little leg here. It just has a small curve. I'm getting much better at the straightish curves. I don't know if there's a such thing as a straightish curve. So and flip to the other leg. Flip, flip, flip. Make the poor little bear dizzy. Okay. These little paws are a little difficult, but just take your time around them and you will get all the way around it. I've had a lot of practice. My screen was going dim again. But I managed to touch outside of touching anything to do any crazy stuff with my screen this time. All right. Now we're almost done with the bear. Coming around on his back legs here. My little light here helps a whole lot. See where I'm at, where I need to go. All right. Last little part for the bear. Finish out his little foot here. And then I always stitch a little bit over where I've already stitched just to give it, I don't know, make sure it gets tied in there. It's not going to come off, not going to come unstitched. So there's our bear. Getting the frame here. So he's all stitched. And the thread is really close to the same color. It's just a little bit shade darker, I think. And then off to the trees. And the trees are a little finicky because of the way the branches are. But that's very similar to the moose's antlers. Just have to go real slow. Or I have to go real slow. With all kinds of stitches. It'll be chaos. This little curve right here always gets me. There we go. All right. We'll probably just applique this one block. I won't keep you guys very long. Sometimes I have to readjust because I don't have a hover foot on this machine. But it's okay. It still works out just fine. Every once in a while, I move my light. I don't mean to. Love this light. It's flex light from Cutterpillar, and it's got takes about 5 minutes to charge, and it holds a charge for about 3 hours. I have the little cord currently connected into my light board, which holds a charge for about 4 hours. And I just share the plug-in for them. All right. We're to the tippy top of the tree. Notice my feed dogs kind of grabbed my fabric, making sure it was on a lighter setting. The pressure of the foot. All right, we're coming around the right side of the tree here. Last branch, and then we'll be heading on down the other side of the trunk there. Goodness, my hair is just falling out everywhere. Okay. Last little bit for this tree. Go up this side just a little bit to tack this all down and reinforce that stitch so nothing comes out. So we have the tree and the bear done. See, it's not that difficult once you start to get the hang of it. My very first one, all over the place. I didn't get along the side of the space because I did some practice ones in a different. I did a bunch in this colorway for testing. I actually didn't stitch this one down, but I have another one that I did stitch down. But I did each one of these in this colorway. I should make something with it because I still have more of this fabric to practice my blanket stitch before I ever started working on his, because it was a new skill I did not know how to do yet. So I think that's all we'll have today, because I really only have these to do. Next Monday I will have some of the cross canoes cut out, and we will piece those. They're kind of finicky in the way that they kind of go together. So until then, I appreciate you guys. I know you could be choosing to spend your time anywhere else on YouTube land, and I appreciate that you choose to spend your time with me. So until next week, same time, same place. Go out there, buy some fabulous fabric. Go make some great projects. Try not to spend too much time with that divorce lawyer. And I will see you guys next week. Bye, everyone.